sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. Such a good day. Such a good day to be a nerd, and what a good day to be a Ghostbusters fan, and what a good day to just be hanging out with you guys here tonight. This is your weekly Thursday night show where we sit back and relax. I said we sit back and relax, and hopefully by now, even though this would have been so good if this was 2 days from now, but hopefully by now you've poured yourself just a little bit of,
more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
because it's almost 316 day. It is almost 316 day, but it is also Ghostbusters premiere day. So right now, I saw him in the chat. I don't know what he's doing in the chat, but hopefully he's not that guy. We got a man on the ground. Anthony is currently watching the movie. Anthony's currently in the building in between all the stars. They put him front row with everybody. You could choose to believe that part or not, but I'm going to believe it. Yeah, so good times for all. But if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. And I'm just feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. So the link to join the stream is going to be in the chat. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Thank you guys for being here today. You guys came out strong. You guys came out heavy out the gate. And I'm sorry, I forgot to even post that I was going live. I didn't post on Instagram about that. But you guys still showed up, and I really, really appreciate that. I'm just turning my Do Not Disturb on, which I always forget to do every week until the very end. But either way, let's go up. Scrolling all the way to the top. Was I the first person here?
Whoa!
I wasn't. I know. Like I said, it loads up out of order. But the first non-me here, Great Scott Prop Shop in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully we get you on. We could talk some Ghostbusters. Actually, I need to get you a wrench. But if somebody can go over to Foodie Warriors, I shared a link on the Real Nerdbusters. So if somebody can go over and get the Foodie Warriors latest video and put that in the link for everybody, I would really appreciate that. But yeah, we got to come on, got to have you on. We got to talk Ghostbusters. And again, Great Scott Prop Shop. And I saw somebody else joined in a little bit too, helping me make my new full-size Proton Pack. So there you go. Shout out to him. EC said 2 more hours. Did you think I was coming on in 2 hours? You think it was going to be a little delay? What is it focusing on? What is this thing focusing on? Here. My face. Now the camera's out of whack. It's fine. We'll make it through together. Mark in the house. Good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you on live in a while, so it's good that you're back. Dave's Dimension in the house. Good to see ya. Toy Busters Mount Up. I love that. Also on Instagram, shout out to Ecto Dan. I see he's in there. I see Ghostbusters Logan in there. Actually, Ghostbusters Logan is the reason we have this poster back here. So shout out to you. And come over to YouTube. The water's fine over on YouTube. That's the the best way to enjoy the show. Also, you guys were asking about taking bets. I gotcha. Somebody actually did choose to join today, so I'll get through the hellos real quick, and then we'll bring them on. Pretty excited for this one. Actually, let me just set something up real quick, and then do that. There he was, Rambling Nerd. Like I said, he's the man on the ground. He's currently watching the movie, so hopefully he'll come back with some good things to say. Said hi to Mark before, EC there, Dada Films in the house. I need to get you your own like dedicated button, Dada. That needs to be my goal. Shout out to Be More Dragon SGC on Instagram. I can't like show you guys on Instagram here, but I can see you on my phone. So like I said, come over to YouTube. The water's fine. Stratosphere in the house. Good to see ya. There you go. The Scolari brothers in the house. First time on. Good to see ya. Another creator that has helped with the Proton Pack. There you go. Another one. I see you. Yep, you're good. Legacy of Nerd in the house. Good to see ya. JB's Toy Trunk in the house. Oh, Legacy and I got some shit to talk about. That's for sure. I'll come back to that later. Dave saying hi. Marsha in the house. Good to see you. Millennium in the house. Good to see you. This freaking camera. It focuses on the microphone. I don't understand why. The only screening that matters today is the one in New York City. It's true. Figure Fever in the house. Good to see you. Melissa in the house. There you go. We have run through the gauntlet. We said hi to everybody. He said, Legacy says he might try to jump on later. Cool. And you're seeing it on Wednesday as well, which is exciting. But yeah, we have somebody who is going to be ready. He's just making some little light adjustments, making sure the water's fine. I love it. But yeah, big day in the Ghostbusters space. Actually, it's a good thing that he was doing that because I can make one more adjustment off screen that you guys won't even notice because that's how I do it now. But ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, we have the one, the only. He saw the bat signal, or in this case, the ghost signal. We have Wes from Great Scott Prop Shop in the house. Wes,
what's up?
Wes, talk about a surprise.
Yes.
How's it going?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it on tonight.
Yeah.
Just running late at work, but I was able to put the pedal to the metal and get here.
I love that, and you even dressed for the occasion. It's so awesome.
Hey. Sure.
I love that. Man, we got like everything to talk about. I DM'd you earlier today, and oh, that's right. We gotta. Well, look at that. Even little Slimer looking action there. So hopefully by now you guys.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Let me get that loaded. So yeah, I DM'd Wes, and I was like, dude, a couple months ago, I was like, I'm gonna get you on to talk about the movie, get the hype going. All of a sudden, the movie premiere showed up, and I didn't even realize that we were already there. But for you, sir, before we even get into your plugs, for you, is the excitement still there? Is the excitement growing? Where are you at for this movie?
Absolutely. You know, as a lifelong fan of the Ghostbusters franchise, I am so excited to see it going where it's going. You know, in anticipation of the movie just being stellar.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the trailers we're getting, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to see too much of the movie until I see the movie.
Yeah.
But you know, watching some of the things that have been released today for the world premiere and seeing what they've done at the Firehouse in New York City, I'm ready, and I'm ready to see where this next story takes the Ghostbusters world.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that seems to be the overall idea. Is everybody's like, where is it going? And it seems like the studio as well is like, we're interested in this thing expanding. We're interested in it expanding. But you have been a big help in once again helping me to be the best that I can be, not just as a person, but as a Ghostbuster. So in case anybody here is seeing you for the first time, which they should know you by now, but in case they're seeing you for the first time, plug your shit, sir.
Well, I am Wes, and my wife and I, Melissa, have the Etsy page Great Scott Prop Shop. We make all kinds of Ghostbusters parts for your Proton Packs, your Spirit life-size packs, your Spirit 80% packs, and there's a few other things on there, non-Ghostbusters related. We got some Back to the Future stuff. We added some stuff from Disney's Haunted Mansion. And there's even a random GM car part that I can get into that story some other time. But yeah, we love creating props, and Melissa and I also have a travel and food YouTube channel. It's called Travel and Foodie Warriors, and if you check the video out, the one we released today, you might get a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire surprise.
Yes, let me actually pull that up now, because I shared it today on Instagram, and I forgot to put it in my show notes for today. Drop that subscribe on my other channel here. But yeah, let's.
It looks like there's something strange going on around here.
Yes.
MegaCon. Did not see that coming. Yes. Look at that.
We're here at MegaCon in Orlando 2024. If you don't like movies, if you don't like nerdy things, if you don't like Ghostbusters, just turn the video off right now.
No.
So again, I'm not going to spoil it. High quality videos every single time. Audio's mint, and it looks like you get pretty up close to some stars of the new movie. So
yes, it was super cool. Melissa and I have been to a few different con events, MegaCon, and this was the first time where they actually let us film while we were meeting the different celebrities. For whatever reason before, they're like, no cameras, no cameras.
Yep.
This time they let us right up there, so we were super excited about that. We didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm. No, that's key. That's major. That's major. Like, that's not. I've been, as you guys know, I've been to a bunch of cons, and that is true. You normally walk around, you get to the signing section, and they're like, turn your shit off. They're like, we are not doing that. So that's crazy that you could do that.
It was a lot of fun. You'll see in the video, but talk about overwhelming and not knowing what to look at, and just with all of the memorabilia and all the things they had there to look at. The building was just absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And it was a great time.
Yeah. No, that's wild. So I noticed in the beginning you didn't don the suit. So I have to ask, because I'm running into this battle as I go down this the YouTube journey that we're all on. I feel like if you wear the suit, you can't fully document the whole time, because like people want to take pictures with you. You want to be in pictures. You're trying to like show the Proton Pack, all this stuff. So does that become like a conscious thing for you where you're like, all right, I'm going somewhere. This is for the travel channel. I gotta get the content, not bringing any gear. Is that a thought?
For this time it was, and I really wanted to break the Proton Pack out. You can see it there in the background. It's got Dan Aykroyd's signature and Ernie Hudson's signature on it, but it's a custom build, and it's older, and I was super nervous that it was gonna get broken or bumped or whatever. And that this Proton Pack usually it stays in the house.
Yeah.
It's kind of retired.
Yeah.
But and also too, my flight suit, my jumpsuit, between you and me and everybody else that's watching, it's a little tighter than it did.
Some reason I feel like a lot of clothes in the last 4 or 5 years, they all shrunk. I think that's a ghost they need to really explore in the franchise. How like there's this ghost that goes around just shrinking clothes, and they got to stop it. We got to do something.
He is
about
haunting
this.
my house.
Oh yeah,
with a
yeah,
vent.
yeah. I got to figure out how he gets from your house to my house so fast too, because that dude's
They
fast,
must
man.
be related. I don't know. And that, and this with the custom built pack, it is heavier. It's probably 30 pounds, 35 pounds. And plus, we've got our vlogging gear, which is a backpack full of cameras and microphones and lights and things like that. So I figured I'd represent with the Ghostbusters shirt for MegaCon and keep it simple.
Yeah, no, I love that. And once again, I love that. It's a family event. Like, you both are going down there. You're both rocking the gear, the merch. I see you got that tube behind you, so I'm guessing there's some posters in there. So I just love that you guys you're having a good time, even without the suits. Good time.
You may be able to see the poster somewhere.
Wait, hang on. Let me switch some screens here. Look at that.
This way. There we go.
I love that.
No, it's really a lot of fun because Melissa, she is just as big of a fan of Ghostbusters as I am. So it's really cool for her and I to be able to go to these events and for her to get as big of a kick out of it as I do, and not just being there because I'm there. We both really truly do enjoy it.
Right. So I just want to say hi to a couple people that have jumped in, and we're going to keep going down this glorious celebration of Ghostbusters. So since we started the show, Noya Craft was in the house. Also was at MegaCon. So you guys probably crossed paths, didn't even realize it. Hobbies with Jose. Cross streams, yeah, didn't even realize it. I was trying to get Noya Craft to be one of the Ghostbusters with us at New York City Comic Con, but he was committed to his Killmonger, which I still loved. But I was like, man, I'm really trying to draft this guy, but I feel like it's coming. I feel like everybody, they try to be like, no, I'm going to, and then they just pull him in. Just pull him in.
Twist the arm.
Twist the arm. So a question came through for you from a fellow 3D printer. Okay. Millennium Workshop asked, he said he's getting in the fever. Here's a question. He said, do you have files to make the entire Proton Pack? So I figured I would let you go throwback and explain how you made that Proton Pack.
So this Proton Pack behind me is not a 3D printed one. This one behind me I actually made before 3D printers were really a thing. It was around the 2011 time frame. So the one behind me, believe it or not, is made from it started out as a 4x8 sheet of like PVC plastic. So if you take like a PVC pipe and turn that into a flat 1/8 of an inch board, that's what that was. So it was sitting around with the heat gun and cutting pieces and things like that. And I had pretty accurate plans for it. The funny part is the cyclotron cover on it. I wish I had a better close-up picture of it, but the cyclotron cover on it is actually a Duff Goldman cake pan.
Yes, love that.
So, but I would say it's probably 85% movie accurate. There's some fittings and things on there that are actually old paintball gun parts. But it's pretty legit, I would say.
Yeah. No, I love that. I like to say that's the dark times. You didn't have spirit packs. You didn't have 3D printing. It was just, you're going rogue. You're out there cruising the internet. Yeah. And just seeing what did you use? What did you use? Oh, great. I'm going to try that type of thing.
Yep. And being on on GB Fans.
Yep.
I was a pretty active member back in the day on that forum. And I think it's still listed on that forum is one of the top custom builds, I think.
Nice.
Unless it's changed.
Yep. No, I love that. So Millennium was saying the reason he was asking was if you do have files that he loves to support creators and would definitely pay for it. So
I do have 3D files of most of the Proton Pack. Yes.
There you go. Love that. Scolari brothers. They are friends up here in the Massachusetts area. Funny, we were talking offline, and he invited me out to a couple events, and I was like, yeah, it's up here in Massachusetts. That should be easy to get to. I didn't realize how big the state was. It gave me like instant Florida vibes, where I was like, it's gonna take me 90 minutes to get to his house. I'm like, we're in the same state. Like, what the hell? But fellow creator there, Scolari, they've, the whole squad over there, Western Massachusetts team, makes some really dope things. And he was saying here, the creativity comes from building your own packs from anything in your house, whatever cake pans your wife isn't using, or maybe she is, and it went missing, or I never saw it, or what are you talking about, type of thing,
Like literally, there's even like a knitting needle on there for part of the ion rod. Back in the day, I was just like, okay, I get this here, get this there, and Frankenstein it together.
Exactly. Man collects in the house. Good to see ya. And Mikey Boy 818 on Instagram, welcome aboard. So yeah, we had a lot going on down in old New York City today, and I gotta say I was very jealous. Maybe wept a little bit. Apparently, you guys almost went, from what Melissa was saying there in the chat.
Yes.
Did you win?
We were really close to going up there for the premiere.
Oh man.
There was a couple of times back last year. We were planning on doing a trip to New York City, and we canceled at the last minute because that was when all the fires were happening and all the smoke was blowing in.
Oh yeah.
And so we did an alternate trip, but we ended up kicking ourselves because as we're on our other trip, I'm looking at Instagram and they were filming the pickup shots with the Ecto-1 driving through the streets of New York while it was smoky, and I'm like, okay, it was just Murphy's Law. But it was the exact weekend that we were supposed to be there, because if I had been there and they were driving the Ecto-1 through the streets, I'd have been like a kid, like watching it drive by.
1,000%. Actually, you saying that, I think my breakdown moment was this, and I'll give a little backstory here. Also, Scolari Brothers here saying, dude, yes, my new Proton arm wand uses knitting needles for the ion rods. So there you go.
Yes.
So actually, Dave's Dimension also got to experience this for New York Comic Con last year. But a little backstory here. I've been sharing the images and videos by the Rambling Nerd, who is the man on the ground for all of the Ghostbusters activities this I almost said weekend, but this week. And I posted on Reddit to show people, like, hey, we're going to be posting on Instagram. Like, feel free to come over here. I don't want to, like, photo bomb the Ghostbusters Reddit page. So I'm like, hey, here's a couple photos. This is what we're going to be doing. Head over here to Instagram. And 3 people were like, why is your watermark on everything? And the other comment was, why are you watermarking other people's work? And I was like, oh, you guys think that we're literally stealing these photos from people. So Anthony, the Rambling Nerd, sent us this picture in our group chat, or a couple pictures. I felt like the Oracle from DC Comics. Like, I was on my phone. He's sending me pictures. I'm like getting the captions ready. I'm organizing them, post, share, whatever. So I made this one today, and I immediately posted it on Reddit, and the title was, "For the Watermark Fans." Here you go. Because I was butthurt when he sent me these photos. I was like, I want them to feel my pain. That one of us is currently in the Ecto-1 driving to the premiere.
Man. You don't get much better than that.
No. I'm looking at everybody else, and I'm just like, all right, so you guys are like at the premiere. Cool story. Wish I was too. But I mean, to pull up to it was a black carpet, to pull up to the black carpet in the Ecto one, sirens going and stuff, just chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That'd be a once in a lifetime right there.
Yeah. But no, a lot of cool things going on down there. You know, the boys, Ecto Tech and Ecto 1 NJ came out. I don't know when they slept, because you know Anthony was on very little sleep running around, but these guys freaking drove the car out there, stood there all day doing laps so people can get their photos and all that stuff. Took it back to Jersey. Freaking Ecto Tech was on YouTube this morning at midnight doing a couple revisions on the car to be in New York City first thing in the morning to get everybody around today. So people going all out, man. Here for it.
When you love it, you know, you the energy kind of just wells up inside of you.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
That's awesome. Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. So here's a fun question I was going to ask you. We've had a couple, you know, videos, pictures drop where we get more details of the packs. And
Yes.
This one especially, the Adam Savage video dropped today.
Yes.
Anything on these that like kind of took you by surprise, or you think you like had a pretty good idea or grasp on any of this? Have you not seen it yet?
I saw this one earlier. I haven't watched the YouTube video yet.
Mhm.
But most everything on there, as far as I know, I'm pretty up to speed on.
Mhm.
It was funny watching one of Adam Savage's other videos today, where he's going through the firehouse set with
Yep.
Jason Reitman and with McKenna Grace.
Yeah.
They showed some Proton Packs, but to my recollection, they didn't have the yellow thong
Yeah.
bumper on it.
Yeah.
So
Let me see if I can find that. Actually, I'll go to YouTube there. By the way, you guys also have a YouTube channel. We forgot to cover that. I'll post that in here. Tell everybody what they can find on the YouTube channel before I even continue.
yeah, so on the Great Scott Prop Shop YouTube channel, we have all of the videos with instructions. So, like if you're like me and you want to see how something is installed or put together, it's always helpful to have a video. So most everything we sell has an installation video, and it's me going through showing you how to adapt it to either the Spirit Life Size Pack or the Spirit 80% Pack. There are a couple things that I haven't done a video on yet, but they're more like self-explanatory type of things. So I
Mhm.
get questions here and there from people that's like, hey, how exactly does this go, or how exactly does this fit? And then you know, I try to respond back as quickly as I can. But hopefully that channel will continue to grow as well, not only for Ghostbusters parts, but for other types of franchises too. Just finding the time to do it. But we love doing it, and so you never know what you might find at some point.
I love that. I love that, because even as we start exiting this, you know, season of Ghostbusters, a lot of people are already talking about like future projects that they're going to be working on. So I'm actually, you know, I'm kind of excited for that. I'm kind of excited for the next chapter
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everybody. So this is the scene that you were talking about,
Yes.
and we got a good look at this charging locker, which another gripe I just want to get out there. So in previous, you know, live streams and videos, I've talked about like, you know, the Ghostbusters community, like we're all like friendly and you know, we want to support each other, and every Proton Pack is its own Proton Pack, blah 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 blah.
Right.
The amount of people complaining on these videos and on Reddit, I'm like, bro, like like
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, why? And one of them was McKenna here is talking about them being powered, and everybody was just going in like they don't need to be powered. It's, you know, the shelf life's forever. And I was like, just enjoy it. This is cool. It's just a cool locker. Let it roll.
Well,
you know?
there is that one line in the original Ghostbusters spoken by Bill Murray when they come out of the ballroom.
The 5,000 years.
He's saying they're writing the bill, and he's like, one of the things he said was proton charging.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like proton charging, storage of the beast, and he's naming that to the maitre d outside the ballroom.
Yeah.
So maybe they do have to. But you're right. You're exactly right too. In Ghostbusters 2, in the courtroom scene,
Mm-hmm.
where where Egon says, they have a power cell half life of 5,000 years. So
Yeah.
maybe it's from one of the new upgrades.
Yeah, could be. Could be. But you're right. I didn't even catch that. They do not have the bumper on here. And
Yeah.
I'm
trying to tell if they've got. I can't really tell from the screenshot if they've got the curved ion arm. They may be. It looks like the more of the traditional packs. Yeah, they just have the normal ion arms.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
Like they honestly look like the Haslab.
I think they were identified as Haslabs. I think they actually did call it out.
Yep.
Shout out to Countdown City Geeks on Instagram watching us, and Magic Lock, who was at Comic-Con, one of our first customers of the Nerdbuster patch. So good to see you as well. Yeah, Haslabs though. A couple people called that out on here, and it just made me want a Haslab more.
Right, and it looks like a Haslab with the corrected ion arm cap.
Yes, yeah,
or the sticker that I've seen.
Yeah, well, it's funny in the video that dropped today, they actually mentioned the prop builder, the head builder. He was like, I actually sourced some fan materials in making the Proton Packs.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that could. Imagine that you got the call, no pun intended, or maybe intended, who knows? But you got the call and they're like, "Yo, we're doing the next movie. Need a couple things. What you got?"
Yep, I think I would have to insist that I hand delivered them to make sure they were installed properly.
Scolari said Peck must have imposed regulations to make them street legal. There you go. And then Magic said, thank you guys are awesome. I'm actually applying your patch to my GB2 suit. Love that. Nice. There you go. Do I have that up here? Oh, that was your video there. Let me go back. I'll find that. I'm not going to play the whole video, of course. One, I don't want them to pull my video, but I also want you guys to watch this because it's actually a pretty fun one. But I will say one thing. I'll say one thing on this. I feel like it's not a full spoiler, but I feel like in this video they do say something where I'm like, oh, that would have been interesting to see it,
Oh, really?
In the movie as it pertains to the Proton Pack. I don't think it's going to ruin your experience. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, it's like a full spoiler where I'm like, oh, duh. But they do say something. This guy as he's walking through the pack where I'm like, I feel like I would have preferred just to see them talk about it.
I see. Movie. Okay.
But yeah, I actually immediately thought of the Scolari brothers because here at the end of the video, I'll give it some sound real quick. Let's see. Actually, I didn't hear any sound, so let me just check on something. Go back.
All right, I don't know why I haven't been paying close enough attention. It's probably because I'm just so astounded to be in the presence of one of these things. But the green bar that releases the front of the neutrino one actually still does something. Watch this.
I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah. Everybody in the fan base made that. Everybody made that.
Right.
Oh, look, he says the red on-off switch, I believe, was sourced from an Etsy shop. There you go. Love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what are your thoughts on another pack for you? Like, would you even want to go with another pack? I mean, you rock a full size now, right? That's your, if I'm going somewhere, I'm taking that.
Well, I kind of retired that one. I do have, you can't see it, it's just off camera, but up above on the wall, there is the Spirit life-size pack that I use to test all my builds out on,
right,
and things like that. So That one will probably turn into the pack that goes with me to cons and things like that. And I've also got obviously a Spirit 80% pack that I use also for testing parts out. That most likely is going to turn into Melissa's
Nice.
convention pack.
Nice. Yeah.
And right now, I have gotten a lot of requests on Etsy for the Power Cell black and yellow stripes for the
Yep.
80% pack.
Yeah.
So that is something that I am working on right now to get released. I'm still working on some fitment issues. I want it to be exactly right before I release it, but I just so people that have requested it out there know there is one coming for the 80% pack soon.
Nice.
And it's a non-destructive part, so it can be applied or removed without having to cut or drill or do anything that's going to tear your pack up.
No, for sure. I love that. That's what I love about all your parts is that they're pretty. I think the one that required the most construction was the crank box cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only one, but it makes it so much better. Like your mod makes it just so much better of a visual aesthetic that it's worth it. But everything else is kind of plug and play, which I love.
Yeah.
So this one will be good for the 80%. If you're working on
that one will be cool. And it's a little bit tricky because the 80% one is not only it's shorter both ways, so it kind of messes with the pattern with the lines. So they're not exactly the same orientation like you see it from the movie pack. They're very similar, but just with the geometry of it, it'll be as close as we can get it to still have that movie look.
Yeah, for sure. And then Magic said, please show me how you customize it. I have the life-size Halloween pack. I want to make some changes. So yeah, on Great Scott's YouTube channel, like every mod that he has on there is a video alongside it. So you can definitely follow along with it. And then here on our channel, Nerd Affiliated, we will be pushing out a video next week. Hopefully I can finish it in time of everything that I did to my Proton Pack, which is life size. There's also already videos out for what I did on the 80%. So if you do want that, you can go back and watch those. But the life size video will be out hopefully by next week. And there are some parts on here that are on my pack. The vacuum port, the booster frame, the I hate when I do that. The crank knob, flush mounts, the V-hook, that's a major one. That one, I mean, if you're to get one mod from Great Scott, like if for anybody here, like my two favorites from Great Scott, the V-hook to get a HasLab on your Proton Pack, key. Absolutely key. And then my second one, which to me is actually number one in my heart. I don't see it on your page, but let me see if it's on the site. Actually, it didn't even need an instructional video. But the bumper. Yes. Like this bumper piece is like one of my favorites all time. And I can never explain to anybody like why it is, but it just makes the pack look more like a real thing.
It's just such a minor detail that's so easy to install. I mean, literally, you put a dab of glue on it, it slides in there just perfect. And
exactly
10 seconds, you're done.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Marvelous Wrestling in the house. Good to see you. I see Carl Weathers, RIP, on Instagram. Good to see you. I do have a confession to make. I did not end up keeping the Power Cell on my pack because I accidentally broke it.
Oh no! What part broke?
Here's what happened, and I didn't know this, but this is what I love about customizing is that you kind of like learn things as you go. Folks like yourself that make things plug and play, the design is for it to fit snug like on your pack, and I applied it after I painted the whole pack. So the thickness of the primer and the paint, it wasn't like fitting on well, so I almost tried to like muscle it on there. That was not the move.
Which part broke?
It was, I just like, I got it on there. Then the yellow pieces had like popped off. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to like take the yellow pieces off, get the frame on again. Like maybe I'll file down, get the frame on, get the yellow pieces on. And taking the yellow pieces off, I snapped a couple of them. And I was like, dang. So on my next, there'll be another pack.
Get on the way.
Well, hold off. Because there'll be another pack in the future for sure.
Okay.
And also, I don't know how much, like how many inches I have to add on to all the sides because of the addition of the paint and all of that. So hold off for now. I appreciate that though, for sure. But we do have somebody else that has decided to join the party here. And I know he's really excited to be leaving one fandom and joining the Ghostbusters. I know he's going to just completely re-identify. It's what he's wanted to do this whole time. But ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, the one, the only, the Ghostbuster of Nerd, but he still goes by Legacy of Nerd, Daniel in the house. Good to see you. Oh, wait, I think you're muted. Did I mess up? Let's see. Let me try. It just says your green room. Oh, I know what I did. I'm sorry about that. Hang on. That's my fault.
I blame Walter Peck.
Yeah, it is Walter Peck's fault. So now let me go back here. Legacy of Nerd in the house.
There we go. I was like, I didn't do anything. It was all set up already.
Like I said, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Dude, how you doing? Long time.
I know, man. We like always like talk to each other in passing. Just like it's always like a random stream. We text a lot, but I mean that's different. Those conversations are more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been good, man. I've actually been like really, really busy. Just like getting new stuff rolling for San Antonio. That's what like I've really been focusing on this year is expanding the brand over here and, you know, leaving the online footprint as much as I can. And then just living life too. Just enjoying the baby here. She's growing. She's getting ready to walk. She's trying to walk right now. So yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. But in case anybody's been living under a rock, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you do?
What I do. Originally I started off as a toy hunter and then like I didn't
That's true. I forget about that.
Right? People forget. And then I decided like one day I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But plus I was having a baby come along, like I couldn't afford it. So then I just kind of doubled down on Power Rangers, which is like, you know, my passion, my first love. And that has taken me places, I guess, some would say, you know, so I've reported on the news. I've got to talk to a lot of former cast members, current cast members up to this point. Working a lot with Bat in the Sun and Legend of the White Dragon right now, doing promo for them. And then what I've been doing a lot more lately is getting more into local events here in San Antonio, like hosting panels and helping actually put whole events together, getting with and kind of as a consultant. So I've been doing that lately. The biggest project I have right now is the Nostalgia Con that's coming up in May. I've helped them grow that show even bigger than what it was because it was already a huge show. And then my next project after that will be the More Phenomenal Expo here in San Antonio in August, and that is the one of the big Power Ranger cons in the country. So I'm working with them a lot right now too. So right now, like the big thing is, I think my goal for this year was just San Antonio. Just get out there, get out so if I go somewhere, you know, people are like, hey, where's the Legacy of Nerd? That's kind of been my goal for this year.
I love that. No, I mean, you guys down there in Texas, you got a whole other thing going between you, Countdown City Geeks, General Kenobi, like just so much collaboration. And,
yeah, it's a lot.
And like blatant, I'll just show them on screen here. It's like blatant, we all win, we all eat type shit, which I love. Like you guys are all putting each other on, and it's like, oh, you like this fandom, help me, make this because it's not my thing. And then, oh, you like this. How about you help me do this thing and all that.
And it works out. And I'm trying to diversify more on the Legacy of Nerd brand, but there's always some place that we can come together because obviously, like, I don't just like Power Rangers, right? Like, I like Star Wars, I like Marvel, I like Lord of the Rings, like I like a bunch of different stuff. But it may not it's always the fights against the algorithm. So if I want to do something Star Wars, I can go to General Kenobi's bunker and we can do something over there. If he wants to do something Power Rangers, he can come over to mine. And Countdown has been a lot of in between lately. Just I think the when a channel tries to do multiple things, YouTube really doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But it's been getting more wrestling on the Countdown, but at the same time, it's been getting more just movie news. Like our biggest thing, it just happened like Monday, is we interviewed Sydney Sweeney.
Yes.
So
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is like, I was supposed to be there, man. I was supposed to be there. He asked me if I wanted to go and I couldn't make it for personal reasons. And I was just like, dude, I could have been standing right there next to you talking to her. And I'm just like, damn. But that's the big thing. We got recently. He said there's more interviews coming. I don't even know everyone he talked to. So he said there's more interviews. Yeah. I don't know if there's any more like Sydney Sweeney, like, I guess, pantheon, but he has a lot more actors and actresses he talked to as well. So he got to hang out with Daisy Ridley, with the Skywalker adopted daughter herself. So, so I thought that was really cool. So, I mean, we've been really kind of like trying to expand what we do as far as, I guess, not what we do, but like our reach, right? So we're he was telling me today, like, man, like I was there and I was right next to like Collider, and you know what I mean, like he was right there. So like we're starting to get into that conversation, at least here Texas, right? So we're trying to work on that. But I mean, as far as all the things that we are doing, like it's constant collaboration. Like I talk to Jose a couple times a week if I don't see him, you know what I mean? A lot of us, and all of us are here local. So we have 10 influencers, 10 content creators all here local in San Antonio, which is like helpful. So
for sure.
And then now we kind of have some assistants and helpers and stuff like that, which helps a lot too. So
Well, you mentioned that you're going to be heading to a premiere this week. Before not next week, before I ask about that, just want to say hey to Geek Strong in the house. Good to see T3 Collects in the house. So you're not heavy into Ghostbusters, I don't think, right? But is this something that you're excited for, or are you a bigger Ghostbuster fan than I realize?
I'm very aware. Like I don't remember. I remember watching the cartoon a lot, but I couldn't quote you anything from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I remember, the movies are ingrained in my head, and I made a point to go see Afterlife. Well, that was COVID, so I remember seeing Afterlife. I paid for it on Apple.
Right.
But as far as 3 of our members are part of the San Antonio chapter of the Ghostbusters Society here. So it's Ghostbusters is as much as Star Wars and Power Rangers here in our group. We have a partnership with Sony. And so because of that, we have been getting like some promotional stuff that we've been giving out. Like we get like full-size posters and stuff like that. Like we got like 100 of them, which is pretty cool. And they're heavy, dude. Like he made me carry that crap, and I was like, dude, I didn't realize like posters are so heavy. But he just told me today that all the screenings in Texas are somehow going to go. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but Sony basically is going through us for screenings in Texas.
Oh, wow.
What, like we were like the ticket distributor of it, basically.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. And then we are having a screening next week, which is a Countdown City Geek sponsored screening for Ghostbusters Frozen on Wednesday. So I know it comes out in New York tomorrow, like officially. Is it today? Okay, so it comes out in New York today, but it doesn't come out anywhere else until Friday.
Yeah, it's not
next
anywhere
week.
else for wide release until Thursdays, like the early showings, and then like Friday. I don't know why they do the difference anymore. Like, just roll it out.
Yeah, I was like, if you do the preview screenings, just call it Thursday. But so we will have a screening on Wednesday. We were supposed to have it actually tomorrow, but Sony called and they said, I think it was something with a deal that they have with New York or whatever that is specifically. So they changed us they put us 5 days out, which is okay because I'm still gonna see it. So like that's so we've been working on that, which is gonna be fun. He specifically, Ted, has a lot of contacts in the Ghostbusters community, so he apparently knows some of the movie already. But that's because he's been told things. So I think I've kind of like alluded it to it, and he showed me some things I wasn't supposed to see. But because I'm not like super big into Ghostbusters, I really didn't know what I was looking at. So I didn't know like those jumpsuits that debuted in the trailer. I saw those. I saw those last October. Just the ones in the trailer, and he was like, "Yeah, they're brand new and never before seen." And I'm like, "They're just kind of fuzzy. They look warmer." So I knew about all that stuff really early on. I guess I've seen some. No. Yes, I've seen some people in jumpsuits that have not been seen in the trailers. So that it's just some like behind the scenes stuff like that. But again. It's just I wanted to call you guys about it, but like, if I did, it would, kind of give away who may give him the information. I don't want to do that.
No.
Now everybody knows what it looks like. It's kind of hard to say like who it was at that point. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I knew like the name. I've already forgot the name of the villain. I don't even know if they said the name yet in the trailers, but I know at one point he knows the name. I knew the name at one point.
Well, I won't say the name in case there's a name that you're thinking of that we don't know about yet. Us normies over here. So I'm not gonna say the name, and then you're like, no, that's not it. Then we're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm afraid that's gonna, and I don't want to like quote bad information.
Exactly.
Either. Like, or not necessarily bad information, but like bad memory of what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I know people were asking me questions like if there was like ties to it, and the answer is like I don't know. Because I couldn't say if it was like part of the cartoon or not like that, so I don't want to say like if they're bringing in aspects of that. But
man, he's just out here. He's just out here trying to spoil it for everybody. Like that, I'd be like, dude, if he's talking to me, I'd be like, bro, like no, stop.
I mean the part where Bill Murray dies is pretty kind of crazy. But like
this guy. Well, actually, Wes, for your viewing, because you're going on Thursday, I think, like myself.
Yes.
Is this going to be a dressed up occasion? Are you thinking, or are you gonna go civilian style on this one?
I'll definitely have a Ghostbuster shirt on of some sort.
Yeah.
I probably won't wear the flight suit just because it does fit a little tighter than it used to. and sometimes it's not quite as practical just for getting your wallet and your keys and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably do what I did for Afterlife. I'm gonna wear my Ghostbuster t-shirt and just enjoy it, I think. And go comfortable. We're actually seeing it at one of the Cinebistro locations, so we'll have dinner and be able to enjoy the movie.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I'm debating it myself, whether it's dressed up or not. Actually, Danielle, I was watching Countdown City yesterday on the weekly Ghostbusters thing, and I was going to ask Wes this question, and the audience, really. I don't know if you guys have all booked if it's assigned seating in your theaters in all of your areas.
Yes.
Sadly, I mean, I'm happy about it personally, but not on the whole. I'm currently the only one booked in my theater for that viewing.
So when Melissa booked tickets the other day, and I think she might be in the chat, she could jump in, but I think there was only one other seat sold, if I'm not mistaken, besides the one we got. So we picked like the prime seats. So I'm sure by next week though it's gonna be sold out.
I hope so.
San Antonio is always every movie. It's the day before people buy tickets. Like it's not, and the annoying part too is like we can have a sold out theater on a Sunday at 3:00, and it was sold out Saturday. That's kind of like the annoying part. But as long as you get in the day before, like you have an idea you want to go to the movie, like we're mostly fine. You know what I mean? Like we bought Dune tickets like early Sunday morning, and we went Sunday afternoon, and it filled up. But when we bought them, we were the only 2 people in there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that here. But we got a local theater chain called Santikos, which is like basically a monopoly here in San Antonio. But they have like really good like theaters and screenings and food and stuff like that. So they're trying to edge out Draft House. They pretty much did edge out Draft House, at least here in San Antonio. But yeah, it's I don't really like look into that too much. The only thing, even like the Spider-Man No Way Home ones, you could get tickets for Friday night, like maybe on a Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was never that serious. And it used to be like before it was not, because I used to work at a movie theater when I was a kid. So like I used to like, I've seen the lines. I've seen like people line up at 8:00, 3 weeks before so they can buy the tickets and stuff like that. Like, I've seen all of that. And I think what the assigned seating brings you is just convenience and the unnecessary part of it, which I actually like it more because I used to hate standing in those lines, and I used to hate working. I used to hate working those lines because I worked those lines with Revenge of the Sith, and that freaking sucked, man. People were like bull rushing the theater and everything. Like it was crazy. Yeah.
Wes, do you have Draft House down there in Florida or?
It sounds familiar, but I know I don't have any.
It's Alamo Draft House, right, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're opening some locations around the country, but
because Jersey has it. I know Jersey.
I don't know of any.
I know California has one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an Austin. It's an Austin-based theater.
Okay.
Yeah, and they actually used to do a lot of not like red carpet events, but like reunion events. So like they did like the big one for Dazed and Confused, just like random movies and stuff like that. So especially if there's a big Texas actor in it, like Matthew McConaughey or anything like that, they do a bunch of events like that. They used to. I don't know if they still do them, but
yeah.
My friend that was in the movie Dazed and Confused actually met his wife at the reunion. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Looks like Melissa just chatted that we are still the only ones in the theater.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll put my Proton Pack in the seat next to me.
That's
my
exactly what I was going for.
in the seat over here. And we'll just bring all the Ghostbusters props and we'll spread them all out over the theater, and then it will even be a better experience.
Yeah. I was literally thinking of like, I imagine like the groups where like the whole team goes, like, when you walk in the theater, you have like the aisle that separates like the front rows and then like the seats that go up, like in that aisle there, just like a line of like Proton Packs on the bottom. Like that's what I was like imagining people could do.
That'd be cool, actually.
Just
and light them up before the movie. Just have them lit up. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Just coat the floor with ectoplasm. That way, when people try to come in, they
different kind of theater.
The funny thing is, so I was thinking we're inviting the San Antonio Ghostbusters Society because we got like 4 members of them, right? So like we're inviting the whole team, and so we were thinking about like just kind of like going ham on it and getting like a red carpet or maybe a green carpet or something like that, and kind of just making like put some lights up, making it more of an event out of it. But now you with the Proton Packs, I think that's necessary. I think we got to do that.
I mean, imagine the social media image of that, of like the one theater that is just like all the packs at the bottom, like that'd be sick.
Cool. I think we have like don't quote me. I want to say like we have like a 300 person theater and we only have 50 tickets left at this point. So yeah. And this is like, we haven't even advertised. Like, we just gave it, we kind of like sent it to the Ghostbusters Society first. I think the San Antonio and the Austin one. We kind of said, hey, if you guys are interested, come on out and they got claimed. So
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Magic Lock says here, word, I'm hyped as ever for this. And then shout out to Henry, also in the house. Good to see you.
What's up, man?
He asked if we're hyped for it. Yeah, I think we're all hyped for it. And,
Yes.
you know, I as a newer fan, you know, I never thought I would be this hyped for Ghostbuster movie. But despite the haters in all the comment sections, because we all have them in all the fandoms, despite all that, the community is what really turned me into a fan. And I'm sure for all of us in our respective communities, you know, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, Star Wars, whatever it is, it's those happy people and the ones that are just rooting for you, that's what really makes the fandoms worth it. So,
I mean, just think of it this way: like, we got 2 Ghostbusters movies in the '80s, right? And then we went like 25 years with nothing.
yeah.
And then we're living in a time right now where 2 movies came out within like a 4-year gap. Like, that's insane. Like, for a series, for a fandom that was pretty much like on ice, not to make fun or anything, but that's amazing though, because that's basically showing the want, and you guys basically revived your own fandom, which is like,
Yeah.
I mean, really hard to do. Star Wars, you could make the argument, but there was always the plan to do it. It was always going to happen. The question was when, right? Ghostbusters didn't have a when; it was a if, and you guys made it happen, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the longest time, Dan Aykroyd was trying to get Ghostbusters 3 off the ground, and there kept being holdups, and they couldn't get Bill Murray to kind of sign off on the project. And then you had the death of Harold Ramis, and I didn't honestly, once Harold Ramis died, I didn't think we'd ever see another Ghostbusters film. And then out of the blue, we got that teaser trailer for Afterlife of the farmhouse, where the camera is kind of zooming into the barn, and you see the Ecto-1, the cover pop off of it, and that it gave me goosebumps when I saw that. And
that was a cool moment.
The way that they figured out how to incorporate Harold Ramis, into the film I thought was a great way for Afterlife to present itself. So as a lifelong Ghostbusters fan, I was super, super happy to see the franchise come up from the dead.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hopefully we get another one. Hopefully this isn't the end.
It's like once they have this kind of the passing of the torch, or it really could spearhead the film off in different directions. I know that they had said they took some creative concepts from the real Ghostbusters cartoon for some of the things that might be in the film.
Yeah.
So really, if the movie gets good reception and the fans like it, I don't see why they wouldn't continue to make them, as long as they keep the scripts good and they don't, do anything that's gonna, jump the shark too bad. I'm excited to see where it kind of goes.
Yeah.
How can you not jump the shark though in a Ghostbusters movie? That's the only way. I think you already, when the Titanic docked on the
better late than never.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think you went there already. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They would have to actually like jump a shark, like as a like, hey, we're gonna do it. We're just gonna knock it out right now. So this coming Monday, I will actually be on a live with Dave's Dimension talking about the movie, and again,
cool.
we neither of us, any of us that are on that stream, wouldn't have seen it yet. So we're just gonna talk about what we're hoping to get out of the movie and all that stuff. Dave says here, we get a Ghostbusters movie within 2 years of the previous, and it's the 40th anniversary. Also, the 40th anniversary is June 8th, Saturday, for Ghostbusters Day at the Firehouse. It's a great time to be a Ghostbusters fan. And I actually had one last question I was gonna ask. Wes, but then also I would ask Daniel this question too, if this is something he would ever do, because I was like asking somebody who's more casual about a fan base the same question, just to see like a pulse check here. But and no pun intended when you guys see what I'm going to talk about, but I was thinking the other day, the HasLab was super successful for the Proton Pack. The HasLab for the Ghost Trap and the PKE meter, super successful. So I was thinking they should go ahead and just give us another Proton Pack, but almost like bare bones. Just like plain, maybe no colors to it, at a lower price point. And this is where I'll take Wes first, but for Daniel, I was wondering if like $200 for a Proton Pack, like life size things open up, you know, with electronics, but you got to add maybe the pieces to it and stuff, if that's worth it. So Wes, at $200, do you think that'd be a easy pickup?
Easily. I think in a bare bones with, if like, you know, with no paint on it, maybe some of the bells and whistles maybe not there. I think for a lot of Ghostbusters fans, I think for a $200 price point, they probably would jump on it, just because, you know, with the Ghostbusters universe, you can make your Proton Pack whatever you want. There's not a right or wrong answer for how you want to, you know, detail it. So
Yeah.
my answer would be is hell yes, and I would be jumping on it too.
Yeah. So Daniel, as a casual, is 200 a price point where you're like, oh, I could get this thing and like be part of the community, if anything, or is that still too high for a casual purchase?
I don't think it's the price. I think it's like, I'm not a modding person, so I don't do that. You know what I mean? And even if I thought I might do it, it would just end up not happening. So
That's a good point.
I don't think it would be suitable for a HasLab, but I think it'd be suitable for like a third party licensed out. It almost like if they can do direct to order sort of thing, you know, like if you ordered it, they can print it out and then send it out. I think that'd be a better option. If they can keep it at 200, I don't see it being 200, because I've seen the Proton Pack of what the HasLab is like in person.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So even if you're just taking off the paint and taking off some of the electronics, it still feels like you're probably looking at a 250 pack. So my recommendation is, if you guys were interested in that, to maybe get a third party person, like maybe, I mean, this is just out of my, just thinking out of left field, but you know how like the Spirit Pack, right? Like have them create one that you guys, like a nicer one, but a more bare one that you guys could work on, rather than have. I just don't see it. Like my worry is that with a HasLab, if it's a HasLab like this and it doesn't pass, then you don't get it. You know what I mean? Like I would rather you get it, have the opportunity to actually get it, but maybe not necessarily be directly from Hasbro.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say the Hasbro one is after, now making two different packs, two different Spirit ones, and Wes definitely knows this because he's scratch built his stuff, and Scolari has as well. Dave has built a bunch of packs. The HasLab at $450 or whatever it is almost feels undervalued. Like it once you have that in hand with what you're getting out of the box, it's almost like it should cost more. I'm not saying I want them to charge more, but I think as Hasbro goes down this path of licensing out the work, which
they're going to do. Yeah, they're absolutely
gonna do. That's been my theory for the last year, since you and I have been watching their earnings calls and how they talk and all that stuff. I think partnering with a Spirit Halloween would be great, but I think they've said that the Proton Pack was a pain in the ass to make, but but you've also made something that was super successful. So like, make somebody else do it. Like, give somebody else the keys to the castle. Let them dumb it down. I think Spirit would be the one to do it for sure. And just,
I mean, my thought is that HasLab was so successful, let that continue to keep its value. You know what I mean? Like, for those that got it, keep its value. And they've done that with a lot of different things, like, products and stuff like that.
But think about all the re-releases they're doing now, because they're
but the problem with the Proton Pack is, like you said, like when I saw it, like I was like really surprised that they actually did it. You know what I mean? Like when I actually saw it in person, because obviously I didn't have one. Like someone showed it to me and they even the mods that they did to it. But even without the mods, like it was like really like you know what I mean? Like all of
Yeah.
this was like 300 or something like that. Was it 400?
Yeah.
Like it was
450, I think.
That seemed like a lot more than that. And that thing was heavy too, like to add to it and had weight to it and like had the proton feel to it. Like that was probably one of the biggest achievements besides some of like the huge ass transformers that they put out at HasLab. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But even then, a lot of those transformers and big figures have a lot of joint problems. So this was, I can see why this was a lot of issues for the Hasbro team, because you have people out there like you guys that are modding your own stuff and they had to make something just as good as you guys made at home, that on a mass production scale.
Yeah.
Which is like nearly impossible to do, right? But they did. I think what they saw, at least what I saw of it, and what as a person like that knew what the Proton Pack is supposed to look like and feel like, and like the idea of it, I thought they did a really good job on it. I don't. If they're going to do another one, I mean, it's going to be very similar to what they already did. Like it's going to be like, maybe the real Ghostbusters version with more stickers and stuff on it. You know what I mean? Like just more colors or more poppy to it. But I don't see them even. I don't even know. I don't even know if they have the mold anymore. Some of the rumors that we hear coming out of Hasbro is that they basically throw away the molds to everything that they have after they're done with it. So
they may surprise you. They released the
Hasbro never surprises me.
They released the 84 wand, so who's to say they don't release like an 84 pack?
Yeah.
I could see them releasing more things like that would connect to the ones that they already have. You know what I mean?
That would be fun.
Yeah. So like obviously with the trap that they had, and it was like the meter, right? It came with the meter, was what it was.
Yeah,
I think I can see that happening, I mean might as well just do the jumpsuit at this point, right? Like the flight suit. Like honestly, like really, like how hard is that at this point? You made the hardest parts already. So make an officially licensed flight suit.
Yeah. Yeah. Hasbro making clothes. That could be
they're making clothes already.
That's true.
They're making clothes. Yeah.
I complain to you.
Stretchy material.
Yeah, more yeah. That would be so good. That'd be so good. Once again, one last shameless plug for Monday's show. Dave says, I have strong opinions about what's being talked about. I'm going to plead the fifth. Save that for Monday. Magic says, yes, I can't wait. I purchased it. So awesome. As far as the trap and PKE meter. And Dave says here, jumpsuits are harder to get the fits right for fans of all sizes. And that's true. That is true.
Y'all need more like premium figures. That's what y'all guys need. That's I would thought there would be a new line out by now, and I'm really surprised that there's not, like, of the plasma series.
Well, you know what? So now I'm going to bounce back to Wes, actually, as far as casual type stuff. Wes, action figures. Have there been any Ghostbusters action figures that you've grabbed, or is there something that, like, if you're like, oh, this came out, I would go for?
So I don't have them out on display. I've actually got them sealed in a box, unopened. When they did the re-release of the real Ghostbusters action figures,
the Toy Biz
a while
ones.
ago. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I grabbed all of those. I think I was at either a Walmart. I think it was a Walmart, and I saw every one of the figures. So I mean, I grabbed every one of the Ghostbusters, Slimer, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, everything they had. And it immediately, like, I got like time travel vibes back to when I was 8 years old. I mean, the packaging and everything looked identical. So I sealed them up, put them in a box, and they are packed away. I do also have I believe they're the Plasma series re-releases. I've got the 4 Ghostbusters. I think I have a Gozer and maybe a Dana Barrett, but those are all sealed away in a box, unopened.
There you go.
I don't have any place to put them on display.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just put the whole back wall.
That's hey, there you go. Melissa said yes. We couldn't leave the store without them. No, those Toy Biz ones are legit. I saw those. I was going down a wormhole of like old Ghostbusters news videos, and I was like, wait, what are these figures? And I was like, holy crap, these Toy Biz ones are like legit. So if anybody's trying to rob somebody, it's rob Wes's house because he's on a gold mine there of all those figures. But no, it's true. Like even Legacy there with his setup. I think at some point we kind of all run into this issue where it's like you almost run out of display space for things, and that starts to affect purchasing decisions. But
yes,
I feel like if there was another line that came out of Ghostbusters figures, if they were similar to those Toy Biz ones, I all in, like all in. And the one thing I'm grateful for, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for me, it was instant nostalgia back to when I was a kid. Having the firehouse set up and the Toy Ecto one, and I couldn't not get them because my original action figures, I think my parents stored them in the attic of the house, and once I got my hands on them, they were all like melted and sticky, and so these I don't know where they'll end up, but for right now they are in their containment unit.
Well, what's sick about that is I don't know if you've seen them in a while, but those came with a build a figure kind of, and it was build a firehouse. So they had. I was watching those videos and I was like, motherfuck. Like every time you opened one of them, their build a figure was a section of the firehouse, and then when you were done, you got a whole like front panel of the firehouse with the doors and the sign. And I was like, that's legit. Make Build-A-Figures great again. Like make it a playset piece, not just like build this other character, like actually building a piece of this world that you can use to display the figures you purchased. So,
man, imagine if Masters of the Universe did that. That would have been smart, right? Like
build all of Castle Grayskull,
right?
Man.
I mean, they put out so many figures at those first wave,
many,
right?
Yeah.
Like that would have made sense actually, like to be able to do.
Yeah. But yeah, my last hope is Super 7. I think that Hasbro should license out Ghostbusters to Super 7, because if anybody's going to make cartoon style like figures, it would be them. They're going to be ridiculously priced, of course. But
Super 7 is Hasbro now, so might as well.
Yeah, you might as well. Just let them do it. Let them do it.
Yeah. There's no distinction anymore.
Yeah. Well, actually, Dave is all in on your Super 7 Power Rangers because he's finding them on like $20 clearance on Mercari and all sorts of websites.
Yeah, that's probably what they're worth, though, honestly. And honestly, I got one. Someone sent me one to give away on the channel, and it didn't make it. And so it was Dragon Zord too. And so so I haven't opened it, but I need to see if I can fix it. But that's the issue. That's the Super 7 issue, is just limbs kind of snapping and stuff like that. I mean, I think the packaging is really good on Super 7.
Yeah.
Like I think, and the accessories are amazing, right? But it's the figure themselves that have problems. So I think, like for a lot of like the Power Ranger ones, like the look is good. Like the look is good, right? But when you can't move them, because if you move them, you're gonna break them. And then if they have a head sculpt on them, like an actual face, it's not what the render was,
right?
Or it's
never
like, or the one I see for Tommy a lot. He looks like a ghost. I mean, honestly, the figure looks like a ghost, and it's probably not the best PR move to do right now. So, it's hard for me, and it's tempting too at the same time, because right now there's nothing for Power Rangers, but I've seen some of their other stuff, and I was really interested to see like Super 7 do like Transformers. I think that'd be, if they can figure out Transformers, then they can figure out all their issues with the joints.
Yeah.
So let's get them to do Transformers, figure out their issues with quality control, because if they mess up the joints of Transformers, then they're done, right? So like, but then I see like their Simpsons stuff, and I'm like, damn, that stuff is so good too.
Yeah.
So
well, because they do animated, they do well, but human stuff, that's where it's dicey. Like looking here at these Power Rangers, it's like
the Ranger itself looks great, right?
Right.
And even that that's probably not the best. That's a horrible thing. But like,
Nice try, sir. Nice try.
I try to say like even usually the renders look really good, but those renders don't look good at all. But
No.
yeah, no, it's hard. Sorry.
But the whole ensemble is great.
Yeah.
The accessories are great.
Packaging is amazing.
Packaging. It's the price point. $55 ain't the answer.
I mean, they canceled the last wave of Power Rangers. So
yeah. But like you said, The Simpsons, which is also canceled.
Did they cancel the Simpsons one?
Yep. They lost their Disney license. They lost all their Disney stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But this is from the show. Like they do animated stuff like legit. The best out there to me.
And that one looks good because it looks like it probably doesn't move very much. So
No,
it's probably a safe bet for Super 7.
Yeah. Well, it's great.
I feel like, and it's probably would be better for me to say Super 7's been amazing because I see them like going to other Power Ranger content creators and like sponsoring them right now, and I'm just like, I've only heard horror stories, guys. Like,
yeah.
And someone gave me one for free, and it broke in the mail. Like, shit, like it's not good already. So
yeah. Well, fellas, I can't believe it. We've been going for almost an hour and a half, which is wild. But I can talk forever with you guys. This is so much fun. That's why we all do this, right? The community, the fun, the conversation, the chat, all of that. So before we go, I'll let you guys plug your shit. On my screen, we'll go left to right. So Legacy of Nerd, Mr. Daniel, plug yo shit.
It feels weird plugging my stuff. I don't know. Just the Legacy of Nerd. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, TikTok, just everywhere. But especially if you're in San Antonio or in the general Texas area, give me a follow because I'm at a lot of events. I'm posting about a lot of events, a lot of things that people don't know about because sometimes these words are harder to get out. So that's the big thing going on right now. I just put out a video today. I totally forgot already. And doing the recent comic for the Amy Jo Johnson's book. So we're supposed to have. Okay, never mind. I'll announce that later because it's not confirmed yet. But I was like thinking about that. I was like, but yeah, stay tuned. Something fun's coming on the channel for sure.
Love that. All right, Wes, it is your turn, sir. Plug yo shit.
So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Wes with Great Scott Prop Shop. My wife and I, Melissa, handle all the Ghostbusters props, and we also have our other YouTube channel, Travel and Foodie Warriors. We go all over the place and try food and go to different interesting places. And our latest video today was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire themed. So definitely check that out. We'd love to talk to our viewers, our fans. So, drop us a line, shoot us a comment on YouTube or Etsy. And thank you for having us on the show.
Yeah. No, a pleasant surprise by both of you. Like, love talking to you guys. You guys are masters of your craft, masters of your field. So, anytime you guys want to come on, you have an open invite. But hey, we only have but so much time. So hopefully it's not too much time before you guys are both on again. And hopefully you watching in the chat or on the replay can join the show as well. But hey, Ghostbusters heavy today, Ghostbusters heavy next week, and then maybe we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming. But you know what? If the movie's good, I'm gonna talk about it for a couple weeks. So heads up. Heads up. But HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. But every Monday morning, every Monday morning, 9 a.m. ish Eastern, we have Nerdy Coffee. 2 different shows, 2 different vibes. Either way, you're stuck with this guy. The Real Nerd Busters on Instagram if you want your Ghostbusters fix. Nerd Affiliated on Instagram if you just want the general stuff. Catch me Monday evening, 9 p.m. I believe, with Dave's Dimension, talking what we want out of the new movie. Again, thank you to Wes, Great Scott Prop Shop. Thank you to Daniel, The Legacy of Nerd. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. And Melissa, peace. We're out of here.
Specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.